After suffering a devastating defeat at Maritsa in 1371, the Serbian Empire was left without its most powerful nobles and its last emperor. The empire disintegrated, and the Christian domains in the region became fragmented and vulnerable to Ottoman armies. However, Sultan Murad I chose a different strategy, offering peace and vassalship to certain noble families to prevent the formation of anti-Ottoman coalition. Despite these efforts, Prince Lazar emerged as the most powerful nobleman in the region and sought to consolidate his power. This led to a decisive battle known as the Battle of Kosovo in 1389. On June 15, 1389, the historic Battle of Kosovo took place between Prince Lazar's forces and Sultan Murad I's army. This clash would come to symbolize the struggle for supremacy in the Balkans. Sultan Murad I deployed his troops in a defensive formation on the field of Kosovo. The first ranks consisted of around 10,000 archers, followed by approximately 20,000 infantry and a mix of light and heavy cavalry, numbering around 30,000 soldiers. The Sultan himself stood at the center with his personal guard of janissaries. Facing the Ottoman army, Prince Lazar's forces were primarily composed of heavy cavalry, which numbered around 12,000 riders. Lazar commanded the center of the army, while Vlatko Vukovic and Vuk Brankovic led the left and right rings respectively. They were supported by around 20,000 infantry and a small number of archers. Prince Lazar's strategy was to launch a devastating cavalry charge to break the Ottoman formation. However, Sultan Murad had anticipated this approach and arranged his forces in a defensive manner, with his infantry forming a shield wall and his archers providing cover. The battle commenced with an intense exchange of arrows between the two sides. The archers on both sides unleashed a barrage of projectiles, causing casualties on both sides. Despite the initial casualties, Prince Lazar's cavalry managed to break through the Ottoman archer ranks, pushing deeper into the enemy formation. As the battle raged on, Sultan Murad's heavy cavalry and janissaries engaged Prince Lazar's forces in fierce combat. The clash of swords and spears echoed across the battlefield, as both sides fought with great valor. The Ottoman cavalry made several attempts to flank Prince Lazar's forces, but the disciplined Serbian infantry and the leadership of Vlatko Vukovic and Vuk Brankovic held their ground. The battle remained fiercely contested, with neither side gaining a decisive advantage. The sheer determination and bravery displayed by both armies were commendable. However, the numerical superiority of the Ottoman army began to take its toll on Prince Lazar's forces. In a tragic turn of events, Sultan Murad I was assassinated during the battle by Miloš Obilić, a Serbian knight who had infiltrated the Ottoman ranks. This unexpected event dealt a severe blow to the morale of the Ottoman army, and the chaos that ensued allowed Prince Lazar's forces to launch a counterattack. Despite their valiant efforts, Prince Lazar and many of his key commanders were slain, leading to the ultimate victory of the Ottoman army in the Battle of Kosovo. The Battle of Kosovo had catastrophic consequences for Moravian Serbia. With the death of Prince Lazar, his wife Milica assumed power as their son was still a minor. The Serbian army suffered heavy losses and was essentially destroyed, leaving the region vulnerable to further Ottoman incursions. Following the battle, the Ottomans ravaged large areas of Serbia, inflicting further devastation on the already war-torn land. Milica, faced with the overwhelming might of the Ottoman Empire, was forced to accept Ottoman suzerainty, effectively becoming a vassal of the Sultan. However, not all hope was lost. Vuk Brankovic, a Serbian noble, continued to resist the Ottomans until his death. He engaged in guerrilla warfare and launched small-scale attacks against the Ottoman forces, refusing to surrender his homeland without a fight. The historical interpretation of the Battle of Kosovo remains a topic of debate. Some argue that it was a Serbian victory because the Ottoman advance was temporarily halted and Prince Lazar's forces managed to penetrate deep into the enemy ranks. Others, however, consider it an Ottoman victory due to their overall dominance on the battlefield and the subsequent Ottoman control over Serbia. Regardless of the interpretation, the Battle of Kosovo marked a significant moment in the Ottoman expansion into the Balkans. It showcased their military prowess and signaled the beginning of their conquest of the region. Additionally, the battle is seen as the last major stand of the Christians against the relentless advance of the Ottoman Empire, symbolizing the struggle between the two civilizations.